So there's this very sad, very nasty, very disgusting podcast out of Kingman, Arizona, which you'd think Arizona's a Trump state, and Kingman, that's a sort of sounds like an alpha male city with great people, great patriots, and it is for the most part. But they're a sort of nasty group. They're almost like broke Antifa. They don't have the strength or the military or the attitude of Antifa, so they just podcast. They're like the podcasting Antifa, and they are the Reality Redemption podcast. Now there's this guy MJ, who's I call him Michael because when you say MJ, you think Michael Jackson, you think Michael Jordan. You don't think this radical left nasty guy in Arizona. And the only reason I'm even talking is because there's also a misguided, lovely woman named Snow, who we love the name, by the way, Snow, because it's like soft and white, and we love that. People have often described me like that. And she is what we would call, if she were a radical left Ivy League university, she would have a large endowment, if you know what I mean. So I'm only talking to them because I feel like maybe one day Snow, like Snow White, needs her MAGA Prince Charming who will one day save her from the Reality Redemption nastiness in Kingman, Arizona. But I said, okay, if I'm going to be sort of a president who reaches out to losers and nasty people, we have to talk. So I said, okay, let me look up the Reality Redemption podcast. And they've had a tremendous amount of radical left losers and comedians and very sad people on the show. But I noticed that each year they do turkey awards, and we have Thanksgiving, obviously. I may not even pardon turkeys. I may just send a few turkeys to El Salvador and say, no pardons this year. We're going very strong and very tough on turkeys, jive and otherwise. But I realized, because I'm a winner, you know this, I like to win. And I realized even though this is a turkey award, I don't like that they exist and I haven't won. So I saw that they've avoided giving it to me. And then I had a little place called the CIA, which technically there's a stupid law that says they're not supposed to investigate on domestic. But I said, we'll make an exception. We'll make a Mar-a-Lago President Trump exception, the way we do with most laws. And I saw, how they always bring out those accountants at a stupid award show? It's like the nerds from Procter and Gamble or one of these Ernst and Young or I don't know, Ashford and Simpson, whatever the hell they are. They bring out like these accountants who are like, look at me, I'm a nerd. I have a briefcase. I haven't opened it. I've never had sex with a woman. And then they say bye bye and they get them off stage. But that's to prove nobody looked at the results. Well, I have looked at the results of this year and I see that I have won. I have won a turkey, and they say it's for the biggest jerks of the year. And if you're going to be a jerk, be the biggest. That's what I say. And it's a sort of honor when a radical left podcast picks you as a jerk of the year because it's sort of like opposite day. If radical left jerks think you're a jerk, then you're probably very strong. And I don't blame Snow. I think it's probably Michael's fault. I think Snow deep down is like, oh boy, I love Trump. I love Trump. I got caught up in this radical left cult. And boy, oh boy, if I could just be brought to Mar-a-Lago, I'd be very happy. So it's like a fairy tale. It's like a fairy tale that we're working on. But right now we can't side with her because she's very nasty. Even though we think we can save her, she's under the cult. She's under the radical left Kingman cult, we call it. So it's sort of an honor to win this award. I'm going to say it. I'd like to thank the radical left Democrats. I'd like to thank uh, Michael and Snow for their, constant focus on me. Obviously there's a lot of maybe obsession, maybe Trump derangement syndrome, maybe something else, maybe a fatal attraction. But it's a great honor to win Jerk of the Year from Radical Left Jerks because it's like opposite day. It's almost like they're saying you're actually tremendous and strong, sir. And so I hope one day to arrive back in Kingman, Arizona, possibly in April. I've heard they have a tremendous Amtrak station full of obesity. So I look forward to seeing that possibly this spring when I do my tour of Radical Left parts of great Trump states. So thank you, Reality Redemption. I know you think you're insulting me, but it's actually a great honor to be called a jerk by you. So I will take my turkey award. Thank you. And we're still going to tariff Kingman, Arizona. Bye bye.